Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan here with a bonus video since I got a BitChute exclusive and Rumble exclusive on BitChute and Rumble political video. Can't talk about the election here. So here's another screenwriter's rant, and the movie's called Phobias. Phobias. And it starts out looking like a horror movie. Guy by himself doing a little hacking, and they can see him and he's freaked out. First I thought it was going to be about an AI who becomes this guy's friend, but you know, I think he's in a simulation, and you know, he's with his dad in this terrible apartment, and they're trying to escape, and I think they wake up out of the simulation, and this is where they are. And what they're doing is they are trying to scare people in these simulations in order to extract something from their brains, like a fear thing from their brains. Some chemical that creates fear. I guess they're weaponizing fear is the premise of the movie. So these are half reality, but then half simulations, right? So this is a simulation. It looked like she's going to do something terrible, but she's not really doing it. So this is a movie about perception and reality, and at the end of the movie he's like, we've got to get out of this place, and it's called Phobias. I like the premise. I don't like the trailer. I think the trailer is it's not really selling me on it. I think this could have been cut better. Directed by Camilla Bell Martit. There's a bunch of names there. Directed by Camille Bell Martit Lee Go Chris Von Hoffman Joe Sill Jess Varley. Is that one name? I guess that's the name of the director. That's crazy. That can't be right. Written by Camille Bell, Chris Von Hoffman, Joe Sill, Jess Varley, Martite Lee Go, and Broderick Engelhard. Why does one person have so many names? That doesn't make any sense to me. Is it some kind of... Yeah, a film by Camille Bell, Marty Lee Go, Chris Von Hoffman, Joe Sill, Jess Varley? That's very confusing. What are you doing? What are you trying to just draw attention to yourself? Why do you have so many names, and why are they in different orders, in different credits? It seems. Let me see. Yeah, the names are in different orders. So are they separate people? I can't see any commas. I see no commas between these names. It's very confusing. Very confusing. Anyhow, like I said, I like the premise of the movie. I think that could be a good premise of the movie. You know, the cut of the trailer, if you're in the pseudo-reality, I think you got to make it clear what's reality and what's not, at least for the trailer. Yeah, you can sort of bleed them together in the movie towards the end or in the beginning, but, you know, you don't want to do that in a trailer. It makes it confusing. I want to know what the hell's going on, and I'm mildly confused. I get it that, okay, you're weaponizing something out of people's brains, and you may be scaring them to death. But then that leads me to the other problem with this. If it's a simulation, then all kinds of scary stuff should be happening. It should be like vampires and monsters, people getting their legs pulled off. You know, you might as well go for the scariest possible things ever. Things that are just horrible, pouring, you know, dropping somebody in a vat of spiders or whatever. Like, why stick to reality if you're, you know, if you're essentially just trying to scare people? Maybe the movie explains it. I don't know. I didn't recognize anybody in the cast. Yeah, I can't. It's hard to read these names. But I'd be willing to give the movie a chance. I probably wouldn't go out of my way to see it with this cut of the trailer. Maybe there's a better cut because it makes me think that the makers of the movie kind of don't know what they're doing, or that the movie itself isn't great, but the marketing people came up with a good angle for the marketing. So I don't know. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you'll get, sometimes you get a really well cut trailer and the movie's just awful. That's the marketing team has really good editor and really good angle or whatever, and they just, craft it. But that can also backfire on you too, because I feel that sometimes trailers are very misleading. In this case, I don't think it's misleading intentionally. I think it's just not clear. And I would like to see a clearer, trailer. And my guess on the act breaks would be something like the first act it's probably cut like the trailer. Probably starts in the simulation, guy doesn't know where he's at, or thinks he knows where he's at, and he's being followed or hunted or whatever, and bad things keep happening to him. And then finally it culminates with this event where he wakes up out of the simulation and they harvest his, fear milk or whatever. And they're like, aha, you're out of the Matrix, and we're going to do this again in 16 hours or whatever. And it's about why he's trapped there, how he got trapped there in the second act, and how they're going to get away. And, you find out probably more information, some of which probably should have been in the trailer, about how he got there, and more than, well, they're trying to get a fear thing. But yeah, why him? Why is he like vulnerable to fear? Is he, some sort of mental patient with a special ability or something? Like that to me would make more sense, right? You get a guy with a phobia. Maybe that's why it's called Phobias. Like he has a phobia that they keep exploiting over and over again. Maybe. But I don't know the names of any character. I don't know, this facility, this mysterious facility. Is it a government thing? Maybe. Is it a company? A little more detail would have been nice there. And then, by the end of the second act, they're trying to escape, and by the third act's all about the escape. And then they eventually leave, and then, you could have a couple of different endings. They actually get away, or, he barely escapes after everybody's killed, and he's freaking out, and then, boom, it's another simulation. Which, would suck for him, but that's a classic way to end one of these movies, right? Because it is a horror movie. A horror movie. So, yeah. So, I would give it a chance because I do like the premise. If I was in the mood for a horror movie and I was sitting there and flipping through it, couldn't find anything. Oh, there's Phobias. I saw the trailer for that. And then I might watch it. But I don't think I'd go out of my way for it unless there's a better cut of the trailer. That's just my feeling. All right. That's the last video. Joan and I will see you tomorrow.